guys, my name is Tamara and this is episode 12 or the July episode of the Caffeinated Craft Mamas podcast. My podcast all about my knitting and crocheting life in Southwest Missouri, where I live with my partner Richard, our 3 kids, and our dog. I hope you all are doing well. It's been a month since I recorded, which has flown by and dragged by at the same time. I have lots to share with you. We're in a new location. We're actually hiding in my daughter's room. My mom is downstairs working, William's napping in his bedroom, and our neighbors are moving, so forgive all the background noise you may or may not hear. We're all doing really well. We have made national news where I live for COVID with the Delta variant outbreaks, so we are all healthy and fine and everything. So we're going to go ahead and talk about, I've got finished objects, I've got works in progress, I've got some book recommendations to talk about, and I've actually got a giveaway to do because I made 50 subscribers on here. So we'll be doing a giveaway at the end of the episode. If you would like to follow me on social media, please feel free to do so. I'm mainly only active on Instagram. You can find me there as caffeinated_craft_mama. I post there about 2 to 3 times a week. Honestly, right now it's about twice a week. When school starts, I will have more time to knit, so I will be doing more on there. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. Grab my notes and a drink. I'm drinking a bubbly today, orange, one of my favorites. I never used to like these waters, but since I gave up soda, they've been a godsend. Okay. I finished my socks. These are my Princess and the Frog socks. This was a sock, I actually didn't buy the set. I bought the Princess and the Frog colorway from Bad Wolf Girl Studios, and this was one of the last colorways I think that she has done. She announced that she's got one more coming out in August, and then she'll be done dyeing for a while, which I'm really happy for her, for the reason why she is quitting dyeing for now. But at the same time, I'm really sad because I love her yarn so much. But anyway, this is the Princess and the Frog colorway. I had a mini of hers that I popped in for the heel, and I did the last like 2 rows of the cuff. It's just my normal 20 stitch toe to a 60 stitch foot, fish lips kiss heel, and a short leg. I think I'm gonna go back to doing a heel flap and gusset for myself, which most of you are probably like, ew, yuck. I don't like knitting them either, to be 100% honest with you, though I do prefer doing it the way I used to, which was toe up, which required no picking up of stitches. The pattern I used, unfortunately, the person who created the pattern, there was some stuff that went on, and I no longer like to promote that person. So if you know of any good toe up, heel flap, and gusset patterns, you could drop me a comment down below or shoot me a message on Instagram. I would really appreciate it. I wore a pair the other day and they just fit so much better. And I just like how they fit. So I think I'm gonna go back to that. So yeah, these are finished. This is pair number 8 for the year. So I'm on track to do my 16 pairs. I did 15 pairs last year. I actually have 2 of them as whips right now. So we'll talk about those in a few minutes. All right, up next as a finished object is my night market cardigan. I'm calling this my night court night market cardigan. And I got it done in time. It actually was due Saturday, so I got it all done. And it fits really well. I ended up using about 250 grams of the purple, which is Italian Plum by Cascade Heritage. And I ended up using about 55 or 60 grams of the contrast color, which is Fangirl Fibers in the colorway Winter in Velaris, which is why it's my night court night market cardigan. I'll just button it down a little bit so you guys can see. As I said, it fits super well. I did a photo shoot, and I'll pop a couple photos in around here of the photo shoot that we did. It was 10 o'clock in the morning and it was already 90 degrees outside, so we tried to run outside, take some photos, and finish up. I did the long sleeved version of this cardigan. I just prefer long sleeves. There is a 3/4 3/4 length, my goodness, that you could do. And there are several other modifications you could make to the pattern if you chose to. I'm super excited about it, super proud of it, because it's my first fingerling weight sweater ever. And I was really nervous that I was going to have a hard time getting it done on time, but I was able to do it. So let's see. This pattern is a pattern that I test knit for Jovi of Hooked Mountain Handmade on Instagram, and I'm not quite sure when the release for this will be, but there's several others. If you go on to Instagram and follow the hashtag or look up the hashtag for Night Market Cardigan, there are several really pretty ones. And I have the odd urge to do a black one and like fade it in these autumnal colors, or to do like a, words are hard for me today. An advent calendar. I thought it would be fun to do an advent calendar with one of these and have a solid color to go with it. So I know several other people have been striping theirs. I chose to do my contrast color as one solid color, and I wouldn't change it. I absolutely love how it turned out, and I'm really, really, really ready for it to be fall so that I can wear it a lot. Unfortunately, right now it's like 96 degrees outside with super high humidity, so I can't wear it anytime soon. But fall is around the corner, I do believe. I'm almost there. I was on Instagram, I think, and Jade and I were sitting there and I was scrolling through, and someone had posted that there were less than 100 days until Halloween, which is a big deal in our family. Jade loves Halloween. It is her favorite holiday, and her birthday is also in October. So she was just through the roof that we are getting closer. She's definitely her mama's daughter. All right, this is my last finished object. There. Try to take a drink here. I apologize for all the mistakes and all the things that I normally edit out of here or stop and restart. This is going to be a one-hit wonder. I'm lucky to get it recorded at all, so we're just going with it. Okay, so this is my mini dino roar. You guys have seen this pattern multiple times if you've seen any of my other episodes. This is a pattern by Meg of Bad Wolf Girl Studios. Again, if you don't follow her, you should. I love her to pieces. This is her Dino Roar Mini. This is the size 6 to 8-year-old. I made it for my son's friend Owen. This is the sweater that has had so many issues. And it's not even about the pattern. The pattern's a great pattern. I've knit it multiple times. But this was the sweater that William got mad and stomped on the bag and broke my wooden needles. And then the needles I needed were in another project. So I had to finish that project and, you know, just all that kind of stuff. So I'm really excited to be able to gift this to him. Even though it is far, far, far too hot to wear, it's still exciting to know that, know that we can have this and he can go, it can go to its new home. My goodness, you'd think I haven't podcasted in a month. I haven't, have I? Okay, the next one I will talk about is actually just gonna have to be a photo. I finished the 3rd square of Abby's corner to corner blanket, and I do not have the ends woven in on the edges, but it is connected, and I'm about 1/3 of the way through the 4th block. So my promise to you guys is that it will be finished when I record in August. I probably won't record until the last week of August. My girls go back to school August 23rd. William starts school on August 25th. So I'm hoping that Thursday, the 26th, podcasting will give me something to do while I'm frantically waiting for him to get off the bus. To say that mommy is nervous about him going to school would be an understatement. But anyway, the bag with the crocheting, the 4th block, is in his room. He is sleeping, so I didn't even try to go get it. But it is getting progress. I finished the 3rd block. It is connected, so we are getting there. I'm almost done. Okay. Up next is my new test knit, because, this wouldn't be a Caffeinated Craft Mama's podcast if I didn't talk about a test knit. Now, this will be my last test knit for a little while. I know I've said that, and I'm not sure if I can talk about why. So I'm just going to say this is going to be my last test knit for a little while. Okay. This is a test knit for someone on Instagram. Her name is Megan Knit Curious, and this is her Mountain Song pullover. It's absolutely beautiful. I love the cabling detail. And I haven't gotten too far. Now, I am using drastically different needles than is called for in the pattern. I'm learning that I'm a really loose knitter, like really loose knitter. Excuse me. There are people who are testing this pattern because I'm part of a group on Instagram that are using like size 7 needles and worsted weight yarn and got gauge. I'm using sport weight yarn. I'm using Wool of the Andes in their Sprinkle Heather colorway, which is a 100% Peruvian Highland wool. This will be my first 100% wool sweater. And I'm using this, and I still had to go down to a size 4 needle for my larger needle to get gauge. So apparently I'm just a loosey-goosey knitter. Anyway, so here is the sweater. I've completed the short rows, and I've got 4 more rows to go, and then I'll be ready to start the little cabling detail. And I'm going to attempt to do this without a cable needle. I've never cabled without a cable needle before, but I know it can be done. And these are small cables that are required. They're just like 2 stitches. So I don't think it's going to be hard. Plus I figured since I'm using 100% wool and it's very grippy, that this would be a good time for me to practice that. So I'm excited to learn a new technique. There are actually several new techniques with this sweater that I am learning. So I'm excited to get this done. I will have this done when I see you guys at the end of August because it's actually due on William's first day of school. August 25th is when I need to have this done. And quite honestly, I should be farther in it than I am, but I've been sucked into a book series hardcore and I've had to make myself put it down so that I can knit, to be honest. So, okay. And this is living in my By the Bay Yarn Co. bag with all my buttons. My big bucket bag. I think this is their medium bag. Maybe their large bag. No, this is their medium bag. So yeah, it's my favorite sweater bag. I am probably going to order a couple more from them. I just love it. It's a really sturdy canvas bag with a fun handle, and it's just great. Okay. Next project is one I'm going to pull out of hibernation. I've only done a couple rows. It's living in my Lila Styles bag, Lord of the Rings, one of my favorites. This is the sockhead hat. I had to think about that. This is my sockhead hat for Richard. This is yarn from 398, which is a local yarn store to me, or local-ish. They're in Branson. So I'll show you the yarn. I never get the name right, so I'll just put it at the bottom of the screen. I always call it what it's not. I either call it pavement or blacktop. One of them is right. I think it's blacktop, but whatever. So it's just this really fun tonal gray that I picked out when he and I went to Branson a couple of months ago. And like I said, as you can see, there's only a couple of inches that have been done, or not even a couple of inches, excuse me, a couple of rows that have been done. This is a progress keeper from Fangirl Fibers, actually, I believe. So, yep, I just pulled this out of hibernation because I realized it's August and I have Christmas presents to make, and I have quite the list that I need to get started, and I'm actually woefully behind. Typically, I start Christmas presents in like April. So, I've just not been feeling it this year for some reason. I've way scaled back what I typically do for handmade gifts. So, not sure why, but I just am. So anyways, that's that hat. It's a free pattern you can get. I will link the designer down below. I should have said this in the beginning. There will be notes with links to all the designers' Instagram pages or websites if they don't have one that you can find. I will always put a comment or put a little thing next to it if I link to Ravelry, but I really, really, really try hard not to link to Ravelry at all. Okay. Next is another Lila Styles bag, my Harry Potter bag. And this is a pair of socks for Richard that have barely been started. You just have a little black toe and like 2 rows of the body. This is Patton's Croy in the, I believe, turquoise jacquard colorway. My ball winder broke, so I'm having to wind everything by hand. So no more cakes. It's very sad. And I just used some of their black, I think it's called Carbon, just solid black for the toe, and I'll probably do the cuff as well. Richard absolutely loves hand knit socks now, and that is all he will wear. So I am planning on giving him several pairs for Christmas. This pair honestly probably won't wait until Christmas. I'll probably go ahead and give him these right away, but I do plan on making him 2 or 3 pairs for his Christmas present along with that hat. So yeah, it's just a basic toe-up sock. He has the same foot width as I do, so it's the same 20 stitch toe to a 60 stitch foot and on up. I think he'll enjoy these. Olivia actually picked out the yarn for these socks. So, okay. And those will actually go into the Bad Wolf Girl Studios Christmas in July knit along that she's hosting. She hosts this every year. I think it's the 5th year she's done this. And it's just working on anything that will take away stress for you during the holidays. So I'm planning on starting a couple more projects as I finish some of these to help take more stress off of myself during the holidays as well, which is what these are. These are Hobie yarns. I don't know if I have the tag in here. I don't think I do. Oh, here it is. Yep. This is their Christmas sock wool. I got this back in February, maybe? I think it was February. Anyway, I got it really cheap. I got a 100-gram ball of this for $4.50. So I got 2 because last year and this year I made socks for myself, my mom, my sister, and my mom's best friend Holly, who is basically like a second mom to me. So these are socks for my sister. So they do have sparkle in them. These will be my first socks with sparkle in them. And it's just a fun Christmas colorway. I do have just some red that I may do the cuffs with, just to conserve. I have 200-gram balls, so I should be able to get 4 pairs of socks out of this, but I like to give my scraps, if I have enough, to my friend Melissa, so she can knit herself a pair of socks too. My eventual goal would be to have a whole box of just Christmas socks. I would love to be able to have an entire box of those. And this is just in my little sock bag that really needs to go through the washer. This is actually a makeup bag that I had my name put on. I got one for me and one for my mom several years ago at a local craft fair. And it was meant to be a makeup bag, but when I saw it, I immediately thought of socks. So, okay. So that is all the knitting content that I have. Not a whole lot. Like I said, I've kind of been sucked into the reading world. So if you're just here for the crafty content, we will see you guys in August. And I do plan after August to start recording twice a month again. So we'll be back to our regularly scheduled program after that. Okay, let's talk books for a minute. I completely devoured the second book after Stalking Jack the Ripper, which is called Hunting Count Dracula. They are YA books, but I really enjoyed them. They are set in the 1880s, and I really enjoy the main characters, and I just loved the books. The whodunit, I didn't think, okay, I thought I knew who did it. But then once I got into the book, I was like, no way. There's no way this person did it. And then it ended up being the person I thought it was. So I thought that was a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed it. And then I also read The House by the Cerulean Sea, which was a book that actually my friend Nicole asked me to read with her, kind of a book club kind of thing. We read it in less than a week, and it was an excellent book. It was so well written, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. It is about a man who is a social worker for magical youth, and he has to go to a specific orphanage to check and make sure that the people there are taking care of the children and just what happens to him. And I thoroughly enjoyed the book, as did my friend, who is not a fantasy reader. As you guys all know, I love me a good fantasy romance. You know, Sarah J. Maas is one of my favorite authors. And so I was pleasantly surprised when Nicole asked me to read this book with her, and she thoroughly enjoyed it. He has another book coming out in September, so we are looking forward to getting put on the hold list from the library for that one. And then I'm currently reading the second book of the From Blood and Ash series, and I am absolutely loving it. Jennifer L. Armentrout, I believe is how you say her last name. Absolutely loving it. Not quite as much as my A Court of Thorn and Roses, but pretty dang close second. I'm really enjoying them a lot. So that's all that I've been reading, which 3 books in the last month when I have a toddler is a lot, especially since he's home with me all the time. I did want to share a prize that I won. I participated in the Knitted Beans inclusion cow, where you needed to make something that was inclusive, whether it was a BIPOC maker or a BIPOC designer. I did size inclusive, working on my night market cardigan, because Jovi is really great about making things very size inclusive. And so that was what I used. And I won a prize. So it was very exciting. I got a gift card to Undercover Otter, which is based in Amsterdam. So I have yarn that flew halfway across the world. This color is Misfortune. And as soon as I saw this on the website, I knew that I needed this. Absolutely love it. And this is on their Slasher Sock 2.0, which is 75-25. And I get 437 yards per 100 grams. I'm not quite sure why I love this so much, because this isn't typically something I would go for, but I just did and needed to have it. The next skein is something more like what I would normally buy. This is Viren, I believe is how you say that. Purpley gray with bits of blue. So beautiful. I'm thoroughly looking forward to knitting this. I'm actually thinking a sock head hat for this. I just think that would be really pretty. So we'll see what it ends up growing up to be, but I feel like it's telling me it needs to be a sock head hat. So we'll see. But again, very beautiful. And then I also got these fun, because, sorry for the crinkling. I'm trying to get them to lay flat. We all know that I'm looking forward to fall like nobody's business. You're not gonna be able to see all of them, but they're little Halloween stitch markers. I'm so excited, you guys. I cannot wait for Halloween and fall and all things cool. Ugh, I hate summer. Anyway, and then I got a little sample of wool wash. Random tangent, speaking of wool wash, has anyone used the Dollar Tree's wool wash? We were at our local Dollar Tree. We just got a new one up the road, and we were there getting candy over the weekend because we were having a movie marathon, and I happened to walk down the cleaning aisle, and they have wool wash there. And I never knew they carried wool wash and wasn't sure if anyone had used it before. So if you have, pop a comment down below and let me know what you think of it, because if I could get a whole bottle of wool wash for $1, heck yeah, I'll give it a try. Okay, now I want to talk about the giveaway. So here are the rules of the giveaway. You need to be a subscriber, and you need to comment down below with your favorite thing that you have received as a gift as a knitter. Whether it was a ball winder or yarn from your favorite local yarn shop or whatever, tell me your favorite gift that you have received as a knitter, or something someone knit for you. This will be open until next episode, so you guys will have an entire month to comment below and let me know. And what I'm giving away now, this is not sponsored by these makers. These are yarns that I have in my stash that I have purchased that I am giving away. So first I have this bag from Knit Picks. It's a sock size bag. I have one with a coffee cup on it as well. And then I have Everyone Will Be So Shocked, Bad Wolf Girl Studios. This is her Silence in the Library colorway. It's a 75-25 superwash merino and nylon. You get 467 yards per 100 grams. And I have a Mani Pedi by Lion Brand in their yoga colorway. And this is a 50-gram ball, I believe. Yeah, 50-gram ball. And then I will also throw in some tea and little fun things in here. So just comment down below. Let me know what your favorite thing that you've received as a knitter is. And I will draw that next episode. Okay, so the only other real thing I want to talk about is just a life update. We're all doing really well. Like I said at the beginning of the episode, things have gotten a little tense around here with COVID, but so far so good. We are doing fine. We are trying to stay home a little bit more when we need to. The kids have gone back to being masked at school, and I know that they'll be masked when they go back at the end of August. So other than that, William has started putting 2 signs together, which is very exciting. While the signs he is using aren't exactly ASL signs, we know what they mean. They're home signs, and that's fine. We've all been signing to him a little bit more, and he really seems to be picking up on that. And he is trying to say the word while he's signing it. So I'm thankful for the sign. Several of you may not know this, but my mom's best friend Holly is deaf, or not deaf, excuse me. She is hard of hearing, and as is another friend of ours, Linda. So I have a wealth of knowledge at my disposal to help him in that way. And it's so great when I go to Friday afternoon coffee and I'm able to sign with them, and they help me gain more confidence to sign at home with him. And it's really been helping. He's picked up quite a few signs recently, and putting 2 of them together, you know, to say more juice or more milk, that's a big thing. And I'm really excited that he was able to do that. Other than that, the girls have been living at the pool. We've been swimming a lot and just hanging out, watching movies. And that's really about it. Nothing too exciting. Half marathon training's going well. We're getting up in mileage finally, so that is going to be more interesting the farther we go. My favorite distance is about 7 or 8 miles because, you know, you've gone a long ways, but it's not so far that when you get home, you're like, okay, I need to go take a nap now. So we are going to start getting up there in mileage. So it's been a lot of fun. Other than that, there's not been a whole lot going on. We did 4th of July. We've seen some family, but we've really just been trying to keep it pretty low key. So I better hop off here because it's about time for me to go get Jade, and I'm pretty sure my mom's gonna have to leave in a few minutes. So I hope that you are all healthy, happy, and safe, and I will see you at the end of August. I hope you enjoy some knitting time. Bye.